You have hit the nail, on so many points, as regards this particular topic, and very interesting to listen to you. But I'd like to get to Dr. Agbidye now. Dr. Ifeanyi has exposed all the many issues that they are. But in your own point of view, would you say that these are the only problems, when it comes to wrong diagnosis in Nigeria?
Well, thank you very much. I would like once again to thank NTA for this opportunity. Just before we came in, we were discussing and we said that this topic is actually topical and germane. It is rightly timed because when you make a wrong diagnosis, I think the purpose of doctors or anybody, healthcare professionals, attending to their own patient is to deliver health, is to heal them. But with a wrong diagnosis, you cannot, it is just like you are pursuing a rat and then you feel that you are pursuing maybe an antelope. Or those things are two different scenarios. I want to thank Dr. Ifeanyi very much for his expose. But from my own point of view, I would like to narrow down the reasons for wrong diagnosis. This is specifically amongst the professionals. What really happened, we have failed to understand certain basic tenets of life. For example, man is a tripartite. That is, you talk about the body, the soul, and the spirit. In the course of our medical training, we focus mainly on the body. You look at it and you are taught everything that you'll be able to say that this is what is wrong with the body. And in the course of that too, we were kind of narrowed. Because basically, if you look at life starts from a single cell. Group of cells come together to form what? Form tissues. Tissues come together to form organs. Organs come together to form, systems. Now here we are, when we're looking at, a patient, take for example cancer. You're looking at, organ base. But cancer, if you look at the etiopathogenesis or the pathophysiology, how it came to be manifested, happens a lot more of that. It starts at the cellular level, when the cell loses its own function. And the whole concept of disease is simply when the cell lacks the ability to be at ease. That's why we say it is dis-ease. So, having said that, if you are looking at what you found from your laboratory investigations, or be it radiological or histopathology or hematology or all this and that, you put together that make a final diagnosis. Because in the course of your interaction with the patient, the first thing you do is take history, examination, and then you depend on the lab to make a final diagnosis. However, the body is made up of different systems, about 9 systems, and these systems all are linked together. So if you just focus on an organ, that this is, the problem, you will be missing out a lot. A case in point, let me give you a case study briefly. A 46-year-old man was diagnosed with what they call CKD, that is chronic kidney disease. He had been all over places, one hospital to the other. And this is, finally, he came to our center. And just like it was, I was introduced, ours is a holistic integrative medicine center. So my chief, consultant said, look, this man, 46, he's too young to really be suffering from, CKD that was suspected to be, due to hypertension. So with the holistic approach, we started investigating. And the essence of this story is to tell you how, without a holistic approach, you can miss out a diagnosis. and you will say it's a wrong diagnosis. This guy was, so he had CKD. He was even at the point of, he was undergoing dialysis. And we said, no, he's too young, something must be wrong. Started investigating. We ordered what we call the, renal, Doppler, which is ultrasonic. Now we found that there was a problem. Now we went ahead and said, well, with that kind of result, and renal Doppler simply tells you the blood, flow into the kidney, because we were trying to rule out what we call secondary, CKD due to secondary hypertension. Now, when we found that that was positive, there was kind of stasis in the blood flow to the kidneys, we now ordered what they call angiography. The angiography result came and confirmed that there was a problem. Now, let me use this to articulate the importance of integrative approach. At that point, we had to get a vascular surgeon. Because what you see, this guy all the time he was being treated against hypertension. Because you see his systolic and diastolic values that are up there in the air. But it's a lot more than that. And listen to the story. The vascular surgeon came in and made his own input and confirmed what we were suspecting. Basically, this guy, the blood supply to the kidney through the arterial blood supply to the kidney, what we call the renal artery, was actually stenosis. And if you look at stenosis, there will definitely be impairment of blood flow, and definitely there will be a backup in the pressure, which we call hypertension. If you kept giving this guy all the antihypertensive drugs in the world that and he was diagnosed at the age of 23. He was now 46 when he came to us. So, the vascular surgeon now, they have new ways of handling these cases. They have to do what they call angioplastic, surgery. And the moment the arterial blood supply was actually straightened out, that was all. So this guy was a candidate for renal transplant. So what I'm saying here is this: if without proper investigation, you can make a misdiagnosis.
From what you're saying, it means that misdiagnosis is not likely going to go away anytime soon, because it looks like it's a complicated thing to properly diagnose a patient, especially when you have some critical ailment, from what you said. Because when you say holistic, you need to get like a whole team. Like, it's not just about the medical lab scientist alone. You need to get all other professionals to come, do all the diagnosis. Is that what your point is?
Short answer to that is look at the root cause of the problem. Don't just assume with the science and then
root cause of the problem. Would that mean that health professionals are not properly trained or knowledgeable enough to know the right diagnosis?
I would dare not say that. To my pride, what I know, Nigerian doctors, at least as of the time I went to school, were the best in the world. And that's why when we go out of this climb, we actually excel. Take Nigerian doctors out of the United States health system today, there will be a crisis. It will crash.
All right.